Hi there. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Jocelyn Donovan. I'm the CPNP for Niwasa, and today I'm going to talk about the first year of movement milestones. Now, it's important to remember that babies all develop at their own pace. Even twins can hit their milestones at different times. So these milestones are meant to be used as a guide, not a law. I took these milestones from the CDC website, but your best source for your baby's development is your family doctor, pediatrician, nurse practitioner, or midwife. As I learned while making this video, it's actually very difficult to find fact-based information on infant milestones from a Canadian government website. Usually the Ontario and Canadian government websites have a wealth of information on different topics for infant development, but on the milestones, they were oddly quiet. I think personally that this may be because these milestones can change fairly frequently and they vary so much from one infant to another. So for example, when I had my first daughter, there was a little girl in our play group that we hung out with a lot, and that little girl by 12 months could speak in short sentences. By 12 months, my daughter was making some sounds, maybe a few words here and there, definitely not sentences. My daughter was walking at 12 months. This girl didn't walk till she was 18 months. So now, at 4 years old, both girls are perfectly healthy. Both girls speak in full sentences. Both girls can walk and run. So even though they hit those milestones at different times, they both have turned out to be, intelligent, beautiful little girls. So don't get too hung up on if your baby is hitting the milestone or if someone is ahead of them or if someone's behind them. It does tend to even out. I just want to give you some tools to help support these milestones. Another thing to keep in mind is that if your baby was born early, you should be looking at the milestones for their corrected age. So for example, if your 4-month-old was born 8 weeks early, look at the 2-month milestones. As baby ages, they will even out more and be, closer to their development of their age instead of their gestational age or corrected age. But right now, in the very beginning, these weeks and months can make a huge difference. So always look at their corrected age. Children with special needs will have their own individual milestones. Talk to your doctor about what you can expect in the early years. You can also talk to me about supporting your family's goals. But what is a milestone? A milestone is a significant change or stage of development. For example, learning to walk or saying your first word. For this video, we're going to divide the milestones up into 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months. They may happen before that, around that time, or during that month. It's pretty flexible. Now let's talk about what kind of movement you want to be seeing from your 2-month-old. At 2 months, your baby should be able to hold their head up briefly in tummy time, can move all 4 arms and legs, and can open and close their hands. The best way to encourage your young baby to meet their movement milestones is to allow them to have time on their back and their tummy. While they're on their back, you can talk to them, rub their legs, sing songs, and let them move their arms and legs around. My babies always liked when I would take a pillow or a box or a toy and put it near their feet and allow them to kick it. I would always see their eyes light up. In tummy time, you can talk to them, sing to them, rub them, and watch their cues. When baby has had enough, respect that and let them move onto their back or pick them up. You may want to use a cradle board during the early months with baby, and there are many benefits to using a cradle board. There are some traditional beliefs that by restricting babies' movements, they learn to watch before they react. Using a cradle board should not have any negative impact on baby's physical development as long as they are still getting time on their back and their tummy. Likewise, with baby wearing, you can absolutely wear your baby and that should not negatively impact their development as long as they are still getting time on their backs and their tummies. By 4 months, babies should be able to hold their head steady without support when being held by an adult, can hold a toy in their hand, and can swing toys by moving their arms. They can bring their hands to their mouth and can push up onto elbows or forearms during tummy time. Continue with tummy time and back time. On tummy time, they can be propped up on a nursing pillow if they're more comfortable, and remember to just keep doing it every day and it will get easier for them. If they are holding their head steady, try sitting them between your legs to practice sitting. Allow baby to bring safe toys to their mouth. Mouthing toys is a natural and developmentally appropriate practice. Make sure the toy is not a chokeable size. A good rule of thumb is that if it's the size of a grape, it is very chokeable. If it is the size of an apple or bigger, you should be safe. Also, avoid prolonged time in bouncers and baby seats. These can be a great tool when you need to get stuff done, but they can be overused. By 6 months old, babies should be able to roll from their tummy to back, push up with straight arms on tummy time, and lean forward on their hands to sit. You can support baby's development by continuing back and tummy time if they will allow you. I found that by 6 months, my kids just love sitting, so all they would do is sit now. Continue to practice sitting by putting babies between your legs or supporting them with a nursing pillow. This is also when you're going to be introducing foods. So try introducing some small foods so they can practice self-feeding. And use sensory play to introduce baby to new textures and feelings. By 9 months old, baby should be able to sit independently, move items from one hand to the other, rake with their fingers, and get into a sitting position independently. This is the age when you really get to start playing with baby. Try giving them balls one at a time. See how they use their hands. How many can they hold at once? Play peekaboo by covering your face with a cloth and encourage them to remove the cloth. Roll balls to them, make a water pouring station, build a tower for them to knock over, or put toys in a box and let them dump it. And here we are at 12 months old. Your baby's a 1-year-old now. A big milestone for 12 months old is for baby to be able to move independently. Now, that does not necessarily mean crawling or walking. That can be scooting, rolling, any way that baby can get from A to B is great. Baby should be able to pull up to stand and walk with the help of furniture or an adult. They should be able to drink from an open cup with an adult helping and pick up items with their thumb and finger. Help baby learn to walk by letting them hold your hands and let them play with pots and pans and musical instruments. Children this age love making noise. Crawl together on the floor. You can pretend to be animals and point to objects and name them and encourage baby to do the same. Introduce push toys like strollers and grocery carts. I found my babies loved running around with those. And of course, encourage baby to participate in sensory activities and continue to allow them to bring food to their mouth using spoons, forks, their fingers, anything that they can get in there. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you learned something about what to look for your first year of movement milestones with baby. And I hope that if you have any questions or any feedback, any funny stories, I would love to hear them. So please shoot me an email or a text message or a call. I always love hearing from you. All right. Well, thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.